What is the crack, guys? Chris here. So DICE have released a whole load of information regarding the DLC They Shall Not Pass for Battlefield 1, which welcomes the French army to the game. We'll be going over the information released by DICE to give you guys an insight on what to expect in the upcoming DLC. First on the list is 4 new maps that we can expect. These maps are Verdun Heights, Fort Vaux, Soyuz, Rupture, and with this, DICE have released images for each of the 4 maps. Verdun Heights takes place during the opening barrage of the Battle of Verdun, which creates massive forest fires in which players will fight for domination. This is an uphill battle towards the massive fortress of Verdun, a constant grinding struggle where the artillery never stops, where the forge and the Devil's Anvil continues to consume even the bravest of combatants. Fort Vaux will be the first big engagement inside a fort during World War I. It takes place in the dark underworld of Fort Vaux, down in the massive maze of dark galleries and wet stone corridors where the French and the Germans fight for survival with grenades, guns, bayonets and flamethrowers. Soyuz will allow you to take part in one of the biggest tank assaults of World War I. The French 10th Army moves to take back Soyuz using their powerful Saint-Chamond tanks. Planes, tanks and infantry clash in the beautiful French countryside in the early hours of a hot summer day. Only the thunderstorm is louder than the war below. Rupture. In dire need to capture key bridges across the Aisne River, the French find themselves back into battlefields where poppies grow over a rusty wreck from previous tank battles. It might seem calm, but this maze of steel beasts provides an excellent place for those who plan an ambush. We can also expect a new game mode, Front Lines. Experience a mix of conquest and rush as you fight for chain control points in a tug-of-war front line. Both teams fight for one flag at a time. When this objective is captured, the action moves on to the next. Capture the enemy's HQ control point and the game turns into a rush-style section where telegraph posts need to be attacked or defended. We'll just have to wait and see how this one pans out with the map selected for it, but it does seem like there's an interesting concept and one we're looking forward to. We can also expect 2 new tanks in the DLC, one a behemoth and one a normal assault tank. First, let's go over the behemoth. The new behemoth will be a French Char 2C tank. Spawn into the Char 2C and take control of an epic new behemoth based on the real world French tank. This super heavy beast may turn the tide of an entire battle. The Char 2C, also known as the FCM 2C, is a French super heavy tank developed during World War I but not deployed until after the war. It was in physical dimensions the largest operational tank ever made. It was designed in 1917 with roughly 10 built. It weighs over 69 tons and needed a crew of 12 to operate this behemoth of a tank. The main cannon is a 75mm cannon with 4 8mm Hotchkiss 1914 machine guns, with 3 gimbal mounts at the front and 1 at the rear, and this tank could reach a max speed of 10 miles per hour. Now how many will operate that in the DLC is currently unknown, but I can't see more than 6 operating it. Another tank coming to the DLC is the assault tank, the Saint-Chamond. It was the most heavily armoured allied tank of the war. It was France's second heavy tank of the First World War. The Saint-Chamond weighed 23 tons. Its main gun was a 75mm field gun with 4 8mm Hotchkiss machine guns with a crew of 8 needing to operate the tank. Its max speed was 7.5 miles per hour, and altogether 400 of these tanks were built. Another thing we can expect is a new elite class, the Trench Raider, which uses melee skills to defeat his enemies. Carrying a brutal raider club and an impressive grenade arsenal, you'll be a terrifying sight to your enemy. Sounds like Darth Vader is entering the world of Battlefield. Lastly on the list is a new stationary weapon similar to a field gun, the Siege Howitzer, more commonly known as the BL 15-inch howitzer, which will be operated by a single infantry player. Operates through indirect aiming / firing in the same vein as mortars and artillery in vehicles. The howitzer was created by a British company known as Coventry Ordnance Works and was used in the field by the Royal Marine Artillery detachments of the Naval Brigade before being transferred to the British Army. If used correctly, I can see this stationary weapon causing absolute devastation in a round of battlefield. That is all this time around, guys. If more news is released in the following weeks, we'll be sure to jump on it right away and get it out to you as quickly as possible. Remember to leave a comment below on what you're looking forward to in this DLC, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to show your support, and always guys, have a good day.